Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Just got back from the gym. Wanted to get a quick video done before this little storm that looks like it's rolling in comes in and start making a bunch of noise. So today just wanted to share one real quick. This one's going to be a simple one. You know, the weekends are pretty quick, easy videos. So I'm just going to share what I consider the best tip today. And I consider it the best tip because this has been in my head the last couple of days because I got busy yesterday and I was a little bit hungry mid-morning, late morning, and I'm not going to listen when I do it, but I can kind of say, okay, well, I noticed that about myself. I know other people have that, so I'm not going to eat anything bad. I'm past that point. I mean, just because I get hungry, I'm not going to fly off the rails. I'm not going to freak out and go grab something bad. But I know a lot of people, if you're not, if you haven't been doing this for a long time, you're not as solid in your lifestyle yet, getting hungry can be very dangerous. And I really, 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 truly believe this is one of the best tips out there that people just don't tend to talk about enough. Listen, every day, almost every day, I start eating when I get out of bed. I eat, and I eat, and I eat some more. I start early. I try to get my calories in because I never know what the afternoon's going to bring. I never know what the day's going to bring 2 hours ahead of what I'm doing. I never know what I'm going to get into. So I try to get my calories in. I try to get plenty full. Now, I don't stuff myself. It's nothing unnatural. I'm not, I'm not overeating or packing food in when I'm not hungry. But generally, I probably on a lot of days get 2/3 of my calories for the day in by noon. And the thing is, when you get those calories in, you're not thinking about food. Okay, because even me, even though I'm not going to eat something bad, when I don't have adequate calories, I'm thinking about food. My brain's not concentrating on what I might need it to concentrate on. It's all about food. Now, for people that are a little bit shakier on this lifestyle, that can be very dangerous because you get into that mid-morning, late morning, whether you're in the office or at home, and you haven't eaten enough or you haven't had enough water, and you're starting to get hungry. That's when problems happen. I think mid to late morning and late afternoon, but a couple hours before dinner, are when problems happen. So identifying trouble spots is one of the biggest things you need to do in this lifestyle, and that is a huge tip. And I think that can cut out a lot of your problems right there if you start early and you get enough calories in you early in the day, at least by noon. If you have adequate, if you have 2/3 of your calories in by noon, there's little chance. You're solid. You're satiated. You're not hungry, and there's less chance that you're going to make bad decisions when you're not hungry. Bad decisions come when you're hungry. And by the time you've already gotten hungry, unless you have a plan, unless you have something physically there and you're going to eat it the second that you get hungry, by the time you get hungry, your mind starts playing tricks on you a little bit there. And it starts telling, once you're hungry, it starts going to alternatives. It starts going to thoughts that it might not have had. It starts going to, well, I sure would like to eat one of these. I'd like to go down the hall to the vending machine and get a candy bar. And your thoughts just go everywhere where you don't have to deal, you might not even have to deal with this in the first place if you just stay full or just keep it, have plenty to eat throughout the day. Most of the time, I can usually start cruising around noon or whatever because if I get enough food in me, and it's not, like I said, it's not overdoing it. I get up fairly early. I eat my first meal, probably generally around 7. I'll get a smoothie in around 9, 10:30. I'll get another smoothie in, and then by noon I'll get something. And usually I can just cruise from noon. Even if I get busy and don't have time to, snack on anything or eat anything else, usually by the amount of food that I've had by noon, I can cruise through 3 or 4 o'clock if something happens and I'm not able to eat, if it's not convenient for me to eat, or if I just, if I'm doing something and don't feel like taking food along with me. So get started early. Eat plenty in the morning. Eat a good solid first breakfast of the day. I say first breakfast because I'm not really sure what you would call it because, I just eat fruit. So Is the 8 o'clock breakfast, is the 7 o'clock breakfast, is the 9 o'clock breakfast, are they all breakfast, or are they just meals, am I just eating? But you get the drift. You eat a good solid, you know, you have something solid first thing, you know, maybe after your water in the morning, and then by mid-morning you're cruising, and then by noon you've had another, you know, you've had something else, whatever you're going to eat. You're not going to have those problems. Your mind's not going to go to those places. Anyway, I'm just starting to repeat myself now. You get the drift. Get started early. You know, keep yourself full throughout the day. Don't let yourself get hungry. Or don't let yourself get overly hungry. I'm not saying, you know, you have to stay completely full all the time. In fact, I don't think that's the greatest thing in the world. But you see what I'm saying. Also, too, before I go, real quickly, I was going to give you even the best tip in the world. I probably should do it on just a separate video and keyword it, because it might go viral and get 1 million hits. The #1 tip in the world for not gaining weight, or you might gain some weight, but never letting your weight get out of control. What would you think that is? The #1 tip I can give to you. Never buy bigger clothes. Tell yourself you're never, no matter what, no matter how big you get, no matter how much weight you get, you ain't buying bigger clothes. Always worked for me. I never would allow myself for years. And even though, hey, I think I've showed pictures before, I'd get a little bit big at times. I'd get to where, yeah, I'm not healthy looking, I look fat, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't going to outgrow those size 34 pants. Those 34 pants, I did that for a number of years in my life, and I think that's why it kept me from ever blowing up or like getting more and more, because I just said, screw this, I will not buy bigger clothes. And there were times where it would be uncomfortable, you know, like some shorts like jeans, and some shorts, you know, a 34 has a big range, like you can go 20 to 25 pounds wearing those pants. But others are a little bit more form-fitting or whatever, and there were times where I had 34 that they'd feel tight, and I hate wearing tight clothes, I hate wearing tight waisted stuff. So, that's your #1 tip right there. You can only get so large. You can't get any large. If you decide never to buy larger clothes in your life, you can't get any larger. It's just not possible. Anyhow, hope you guys like this video today. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope you're having a beautiful weekend. I'm hoping I'm about to get a nice little rainstorm here. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.